Well, hello there. What's going on, YouTube? I wanted to talk about a couple things here, and because I'm working on some pinup art, and just I'm just inventing stuff like I normally do, and so I want to talk about composing your scenes for like battle scenes and stuff like that. And this is kind of covered in how to, I think Marvel Comics' how-to book covers this, but it's very important, and I'm really kind of realizing the importance of this step that is skipped a lot of times, and it's why you have trouble composing your comic pages. If a lot of people, maybe not all of you, for those of us who have trouble sometimes. All right, so what I have here. And I also want to announce I have a colorist, a professional comic book colorist, wants to join my independent comic book. His name is Jeremiah Embs, and that's a real inspiration to me to actually get more pages done. Yeah, so I want to talk about that too. So here I have a battle scene that I'm drawing, and it's kind of a storyline that I'm working on here. Let me try to get the whole thing in there. All right, there we go. It's kind of a storyline that I'm working on, but I'm not committed to it right now. I want to do it really for like a some art for my channel to show for like videos and stuff like that, like the what is it, the icon or whatever, the thumbnail, but anyway, you can see here what I have is it's a pretty complex scene. I got this big, it's going to be kind of like half insect, half reptile type thing, you know what I mean? Like it looks kind of like a grasshopper or something, but then it's got these like scorpion stinger, these giant scorpions that stinger antennas. It's got bug eyes or something, but they're also kind of like frog eyes, Then it's gonna have like big monsters should always have big sharp teeth, so it's just big sharp teeth. And then right here you see these three. You see this chick with her back's a little hunched. I gotta bring in the top of her back a little more, but anyway. You see this chick, her hair, she's got laser guns blazing, and she's like blowing off one stinger. And this guy right here is wearing some armor or something, and he's got like this. It's like a light sword / gun. It's gonna have a long barrel on it and like a grip and all that, a grip or a handle and a trigger and everything, and he's like flipping this thing around, cutting off the other antenna stinger, and then you got this big guy coming in here, and I made him, even though he's in the background, I tucked him behind. See, she's in front of the stinger, he's kind of in front of the other stinger, then he's behind this one, but I showed just enough of him here to show you that he's bigger, much bigger than these two. So he's like the brute force right here guy, because you always have, these are, if you're doing like a team member thing, and that's what this is kind of for. This is just really to help. I'm doing it just because for fun really and for my channel, but I'm going to show you, like, nothing here is by accident. Nothing on this page is by accident. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all. It's very carefully composed. There's no, what I mean? There's no accidents here. And I'm just gonna scribble. I'm just gonna show you kind of like what I did. I'm gonna show you how I put this page together. So here I was at work, and I had a little extra time, and I thought of this drawing, so I did. So here's my sketches. I did the big guy. I was like, oh, here's the big guy. He's gonna be flying in from the fucking. Excuse my language. He's gonna be flying in from the side, like blah, just with like big giant, armor and gloves on and everything, something like that. And this guy's gonna have a gun and some kind of weird mask or whatever, and he's gonna be coming in just blasting, and she's gonna be like falling backwards, blasting. So I got these. I did these poses first on a separate piece of paper. They're not that good, you know what I mean? Admittedly, of course, because I'm not trying to do a finished drawing. I'm trying to get you want to get your ideas out onto the paper, man. You know what I mean? You see it in your head, get it out there. Then I didn't have time. I folded that up, stuffed it in my pocket at work. Then after work, this is a working man with a redneck hat doing comic books, right? So then I'm like, well, I got to come up with a monster. Now, when you come up with monsters, I always like a gaping mouth full of teeth. I mean, if anything else, if all else fails, you know what I mean? All you got to do is give it, maybe even 2 rows of teeth. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times these reptile, like furrowed, like giant ridged over brows, even on a humanoid or a demon or anything, you know what I mean, are always a good feature to have. And I wanted it coming up out of the ground. And this arm looks a little too human, so you just add something non-human to kind of, throw the brain for a whirl. So he's gonna have like spikes coming off the elbows, coming up out of the ground with these huge pincers. So I just kind of, this is just stream of consciousness. I just did some big bulbous monster eyes. You know what I mean? Then I was like, well, I'll give him a huge teethy maw, whatever you call it, mouth. You know what I mean? And then I just kind of was like, and then this just kind of evolved, based off almost like the creature from Alien. You know what I mean? I wanted that kind of rectangular shaped head. You know what I mean? I have things in mind while I'm doing these things a lot. And, but I just kind of mixed all these, it's like a giant grasshopper, reptile, scorpion beast, you know what I mean? Whatever you want to call it. Then I'm going to show you even more, another step. Then, because then the next step is hidden here. You can't see it. So then what I did is, all right, now that I know that these are the basic poses, I know what the overall shape that I'm looking for is on the page. So if you don't do this, you're going to find out like, oh man, I drew this guy too big. His leg's coming off the page now. And you're either going to have to crumple it up and throw it away, or you're going to have to be like, and fucking and have marks all over your page, right? So here's the step that gets overlooked a lot. I'm going to show you now. What I did was just kind of, I'm going to do this fast. Now that I know the shapes of what I'm going for, I'm going to do this fast. Then I got this kind of thing. Then I got that's even a little too. It's better. You're gonna see how this pays off in a second here. Just bear with me. I'm almost done. And then I gotta do this guy, which I like this. I changed this guy's pose a little bit, I will admit, because I gave him a sword. I was like, I'm gonna give him a sword. And he's like right here. And this doesn't even have to be perfect. Just gotta get, this is what I'm about to reveal, this big step here. And there it is. Here's the step that a lot of people miss right here. This is how you start, this is how you compose your page. So here's my big guy. I know the basic shape. Jumping in. Here's my, here, I can't even see if you can see. Can you see that? There's like a glare. Now you can't see because there's, can't see it too well, but here, let me darken this monster. Okay, so then here's my monster. You know what I mean? And what I'm saying, you get the point. Here's the guy coming in with the sword. Here's the chick. So don't, so you want, this is how, so now I'm not committed. You know, you could even cut these shapes out. You could even draw, you could even kind of sketch out the background and stuff of your page, and then kind of cut these shapes out and then put them down like those color form boards where you would, with Batman sticker things, you would stick them on there and then peel them off and restick them. You know what I mean? You can even do that and just slide them around the page, slide those shapes around the page until you get it, you know what I mean, where you want or something, and then trace the shapes. You know what I mean? And that is what I'm talking about. That is how you go from this, right? And that. So then that, you know what I mean? Just kind of shaping it all out on the page. You know what I mean? Just getting it all out on the page, right? And then you go in with your cylinders and your circles and your rectangles. It looks awfully fucking blurry there, fucking Google, YouTube, whatever. I got, you know, I pay all this money, can't even get a fucking, this is what I'm talking about, can't even get a decent camera on a computer, right? You know, that helps me out a lot. You know, him I'm really working on because I want his armor to just look fantastic, all shiny and chrome, as they said in the Road Warrior remake or whatever. You will enter Valhalla all shiny and chrome. And then they go spray him with some silver spray paint, send him into battle. But yeah, that's how you get, you know, that's how you arrange your action on your page. And then you do your shapes and your cylinders. Then you flesh it out and do your armor and your hair and your muscles and, you know, all your detail and all that stuff. And that's how it goes. And I have a viewer. Oh, thank God I have a viewer. It's probably like Cave Creature or somebody. Let's see who it is. What a surprise. Maybe it's Marcel. Yes, it is Cave Creature. What up? Yo, what up? No. I'm having a good time. It's Friday. I got the day off, and I'm just kind of revealing. I'm not revealing any secrets. This is all public knowledge. I just know when I was younger and I was going through Marvel Comics and I was anxious and I wanted to learn, I skipped that step. And that's a very important step. Before you go to your cylinders and your shapes and you shape everything out, you know what I'm saying? And, you know what I mean? Is the composition of the entire page. So you have to just, you know, just kind of, you know, draw out each person's pose on the page, separate piece on a piece of paper. You can flesh that out, just don't start fleshing it out on the finished page. Don't waste all your paper. Flesh out each pose good, so you know what I mean, like you would a normal drawing. This guy's gonna be like this one's gonna be like this, and this one's gonna be like, you know, with a sword like this, you know. And you draw those poses out. You can get those fairly detailed. Then once you know the shape, kind of, it would be good. You could even, like I said, trace that pose out with an X-Acto knife, and then, you know, get all your shapes and arrange them around your page on the page that you're going to put the finished piece on, people. So you're not this. I'm trying to show you how to, when you're someone like me and you work. Yeah, man, when you work and art supplies are expensive, you can't be sitting there, cave creature, like, oh, crumble, crumble, oh, crumble, crumble, oh, crumble, crumble, and build. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You can't be throwing away all that paper and going through all those pens and pencils and stuff like that. You got to be conservative. I'm showing you how to be conservative. Yeah, it's a very cool step, and I'm highly recommending that step. Just like I also highly recommend the step that if you're drawing something and it's not coming out clearly, you know, if you get to a part where, if you get to a problem spot, take a break, take a breather. I can't remember the dude that says that on YouTube. It's like, uh, I can't remember his name, but you know, I was like, man, geez, that's a very simple suggestion. How come I never took a break before? How come I never was like, yeah, you know, instead of just sitting there, you know, ruining the paper and erasing and doing it over and over and over again. Man, maybe it's time for a break. And I started doing that one step. Just when I hit a problem spot, I go, all right, time for a break anyway. And I get up. That one suggestion helped me immensely. It's from some younger. It's from a younger kid than me. It's like I'm 40 something or almost 50. This young guy, this young artist. He's more successful than I am too. He's like 25 years old. He's like, take a break, take a 10-minute break. Having problems on a certain part in drawing, take a 10-minute break. Come back at it, look at it fresh again. Sometimes I ignore that and I just struggle through it, but generally I do that now. Just like generally now for these big battle scenes, I'm really gonna get the shapes of my poses out and then arrange them on the page where I need them before I just start. You know, don't start your finished masterpiece. You know, if you're just doing one quick, easy little panel, somebody's little face or something, you know what I mean? Yeah, you might want to just knock that out on your page. But if you got some big elaborate part of that page where there's like, you know, the main character, the hero is holding the villain up by his neck, and it's a big, you know, you can see full body, both of them on like, you know, a mound of fucking dead bodies or something like that. You know, that scene, plan it all out before you go right to your little your piece, just kind of like a painter would test colors or whatever. Plan that out. Plan it out good. Plan it out to the T. So, yeah, man. Have a kick. break off a piece, cave creature. Break off a piece of that Kit Kat bar. Have a Snickers. Chill the fuck out and have a Snickers. Oh, this is a family show. I'm already swearing. Is there somebody here I should know about? All right. Yeah, so I've got a, in case, you know, Cave Creature probably already knows this, but I got Jeremiah Embs wants to work on Nut Job, and as of now it's Nut Job, but I am kind of rethinking the name because maybe people are turned off by the name. All right. Jeremiah Embs is his name. This guy has worked for Marvel, DC, and Image, and he understands my predicament where I've got talent, but nobody knows who I am. I'm kind of in the middle of a broad podcast. Yeah, I know, man. And then I went like this, and he looked like he was gonna fucking try to bite me. Yeah, I didn't like it, so I was like, so I was like, all right, whatever.
Ron said, "What are you doing? Why would you nibble on me? Why would you be nibbling at me?"
So you're live. We're live, so don't say anything you don't want to say. I'm taking a break.
That's all right. You can take breaks.
Yeah, I can take breaks.
Pretty cool,
Go get something to eat.
Pretty cool, right?
Yeah, it's really cool. I like it.
It doesn't go with the bike, but I'm gonna set it there for a minute anyway.
See, this is cool, like because
it's in there.
Well, it does still stick out a little bit, but at the same time, if I knock it a little, it's not gonna tip right the fuck over, you know?
Right.
The other one, yeah.
Center stand is great.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I can just stick it right up there under the
beautiful piece. But I am gonna.
Yeah, that's like it's like a dinosaur helmet or something, right? You know what I mean?
Childs, who's that?
My dad.
Oh. Oh, God, I'm so hot. Hey, how you doing? Just stopping in to visit Stu for a minute. I just hooked him up with this bike.
Yeah, I just bought a bicycle.
Look at this. Let him get a.
Well, I didn't just buy it.
We traded.
We traded it.
We traded.
You got time to ride over Kansas and carry her basement up there.
Yeah, right now? Or you were gonna have to do it? No, that's all right. I can do that. Well, no, I'll shut off this podcast. We'll smoke, and then I'll go over and do that.
No, I think you must be like.
Maybe you better drive your own car. We got a car. We're going.
Okay. That's all you. It has nothing to do with it.
I can't smoke
What's
first.
happening to start now?
He wants 5 minutes.
What? Oh, I'll drive my own car. All right. So I'll go get it for it. Don't worry about it. All right.
If you want, I'll just wait for you to come back. I'll go sit on the front porch. Okay. No?
No, they're gonna go do it. I got plenty of work this weekend. I still gotta do work. You can carry it in. Should I let my dad do that?
No, you should go help him, Stuart.
All right, I gotta shut off the podcast.
And I'm just gonna.
I gotta go help my father. Everybody, he's an older guy.
I'll be back in 15 and 20 minutes.
So I'll be back and podcast again later. Sorry, emergency.